Hi, I'm going to try something new for videos. I am going to try a sort of maybe a new series. I might make a new one in a series every so often, but this is going to be cooking with lip, I guess. I don't know, for want of a better word for it. So what I'm going to be doing in this series is, you may not know this, I haven't mentioned it before, but I like to cook. I cook a lot of a lot of good meals. I mean, I have some fair recipes that I've learned and or developed on my own. So I'm going to start with these. So today, this is one of my favorites. This is a great thing to make. It's a great company meal. It's easy to make. It's cheap. It's really good. It's a Parmesan fish. So I think it works really well with white fish. I love to use halibut with it. But actually, eating a lot of tilapia. If you know, tilapia is an African, originally from Africa. It's a vegetarian fish that eats vegetables, which is very odd. It's environmentally very it's a good fish. I mean, the farming of the fish is not environmentally destructive. It's actually beneficial to the farmers. Anyway, that's that aside. You can look it up. Anyway, tilapia, it's a good white fish, but I thought cod works, rockfish, red snapper, any white fish. I prefer firmer fish personally for it, but almost anything will do. So anyway, I will start with the ingredients and then how to put them together.
Okay, the main ingredients you want for this, you want to obviously fish. Again, I like any white fish of any kind will do. This is tilapia, as I mentioned earlier. I got about 2.5 pounds of tilapia here. The next thing you need is green onions. You're not going to need too much, but I usually buy a stalk of green onions. White onions. Now these are small, so I'm using 4 small white onions. Normally, if I get the regular normal sized ones, I'll get two of these. Parmesan cheese. I get the grated Parmesan cheese. Don't use not that dried crap in a can like for spaghetti. We get the fresh grated Parmesan at Costco, or we get the blocks and grate it ourselves. All right, you need sour cream, mayonnaise. All right, first thing I do is just to get it out of the way is I chop the onions. So you want to take the green onions, and I'll chop just using the green part as a kind of use the green part. I'll do about 1/3 cup or so of the green onions. The white onions I cut into squares, and the amount you want is you want enough to just cover the bottom of the pan. So if you see right here, I cover the pan with the onions. I want just enough to cover with the white onions to cover the pan, and then I put the fish fillets in the pan.
Once you have the fish on the bed of onions, you want to put it in the oven. I usually put it in. I'll either broil it on low, or bake it at 350. There's not really a set time on this. What you're trying to do is to cook the fish, because it's not going to get cooked in the next step. I mean, it's not going to be in long enough to get fully cooked, and you don't want to eat raw fish. So, at least I don't. So anyway, so you want to cook it and just kind of check on it. Depends on how thick it is, what kind of fish you're cooking. You don't want to overcook it, obviously. You just want to make sure it's kind of done through. So, okay, so to make the Parmesan sauce, what you're going to need is about 3 cups of grated Parmesan cheese. The amount isn't actually very important. More is always better with this recipe. So I just, that's roughly. I don't usually use a measuring cup. I was just doing that for effect. I just normally put about that much in a bowl.
Okay, so the next thing you want to do is add the mayonnaise. Usually will take this is a large tablespoon, and I will take a pretty big heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise and add it to it. Again, the amounts are not exact. Then, with sour cream, I'll take the sour cream. I'll usually use 2 overheaping tablespoons of sour cream and add it to it. The goal of it is to get it so that what you end up with is kind of a thick paste when you're done with mixing it in. So you want to you add the green onions, chopped green onions to the mix. I usually will add some little salt, a little pepper. And some hot sauce. I like to use Tapatio, but it adds a bit. It's not necessary, but it adds a nice bite to it. I think it makes it taste better. Once you get everything added, you just mix it all up.
Once you get it mixed up, it should be kind of pasty. Yeah, about like that. You might have to add a little more sour cream to it if you made it, or if you don't want it to be too runny. So again, adjust ingredients accordingly. You can't make too much of this. More is always better. So try to err on the side of extra. All right. So the next thing you want to do is you want to take your sauce, the paste you made with the Parmesan, and you want to put it on a liberal amount on each fillet of fish. What you want to do is you want to go through and use it on each. And I try to go through, put a little scoop on each, and then when I got all of them, then I go back and I use the remaining and kind of divide it up amongst the rest. Again, you can't use too much. Okay, the more is always better with this recipe. Okay, now that I've got all of the stuff covered, I'm going to put it back in the oven. And this time, I'm going to broil it on high, and you're going to want to watch it. You're going to want to keep an eye on it. You want it to brown slightly, but you want to be really, really careful with that. You don't want it to burn. Now, if it burns, it gets kind of nasty. So this is the point when you don't want to go back to hanging out or doing whatever you do on your computer or anything else. So I always have to be careful. Now it's ready to come out. Check this out. This is a beautiful sight. So the cheese is just starting to brown on top, little spots, and it is done. And this is an incredible meal. This is really, really an amazing dish. Everybody loves this. This is one of the ones that I get requests for quite a bit. It's good. It's a really good way to take fairly plain fish and turn it into something pretty fantastic. So thanks and enjoy.